and are still well fancied here. But the crowd here in this magnificent stadium has been here for something like 2.5 hours, because they've been watching on the giant screen the drama unfold from Melbourne, where Brazil have beaten Australia with 2 second-half goals. But the crowd has certainly swelled in the last half hour. It's cool as far as the Ghanaians are concerned. It's muggy as far as the English are concerned. Temperature of about 20, and it's blustery. So who now will have the right to meet Brazil in the final? Neil Lamptey and Darren Kasky with a Colombian referee. So check on the lineups now. Well, England start with the side which won that dramatic penalty shootout quarter-final against Mexico, which means Nick Barmby of Spurs and Andy Myers of Chelsea are still injured and they're not considered. Marvin Harriott at the back and Julian Joachim at the front replaced them. It's a side which has conceded only 1 goal in 4 games, and that's an own goal by Newcastle's Steve Watson, but scored only 3 goals, all of them indirectly or directly from set pieces. Well, a couple of Ghana's players were late arriving because of club and international commitments, but once the squad was complete, this has been the first choice lineup. 7 with European clubs, 4 were in the Barcelona Olympic side, 3 full internationals. Number 8, Neil Lamptey of Anderlecht is the star name, but most influential here has been number 5, Isaac Azari, also of Anderlecht and a full international, and number 18, Daniel Addo, only 16, a key player in a very inventive and skillful side. Close up, they look young. He's only 16, plays in Germany, but he's a giant out there. And a very important figure at the back for England tonight, Dave Watson of Barnsley, who made that wonderful save in the penalty shootout, which led to them qualifying here for the last 4. And he might well be busy tonight. And from Colombia, an engineer by profession, Armando Perez, with a linesman from Argentina and one from Paraguay, and away we go. The second semi-final then in this World Youth Championship, England versus Ghana. Stark contrast in styles and background. Ghana, the younger, the more experienced internationally, passionate players, but England, with Thompson driving a quick one there, with a lot to prove. They're strong, they're disciplined, they're calculating, and some would say not particularly pretty. Ghana have the track record here, and they start the favourites. England, the underdogs, whose biggest achievement really is behind them, and that's actually getting their first choice players to come to Australia. But for both these sides, it's their 5th game in 11 days, perhaps too many with the tension and the travel thrown in. But we have an interesting contest here with Joachim from Leicester City chasing wide there. He often will be left alone up front until the runners wide will come and help him. And here's Gago, 16 years of age, big giant fellow in midfield. Lamptey. Banini. Gago quickly under pressure by Kasky. And that's Addo, the 16-year-old. Lovely play. Dua, I think, let it go deliberately. But coming down the right-hand side, Emmanuel Asari didn't read it. So for David Burnside, the English coach, everything's gone well so far. As he said, the side would improve, and they have improved. They've been effective without being attractive, but they've certainly improved. And that's a foul on Pollock. No, he let it go. Jamie Pollock was complaining to the referee here. And it's interesting that the way the English are starting to press up immediately on Ghana, not allowing them to play in their own half. It's something that the Russians did in the quarter-final, and it worked very well for them for 70 minutes. And then they started to open up and tire, and Ghana ran all over them. Forward by Addo. Picked up by Thompson. Harriott lets it go to Hughes of Crewe, who's playing in the sweeper role at the back. That was a fortunate one that just about got through to Watson on the right-hand side. Well played, but it goes out. Steve Watson, of course, 16 years of age when he made his debut for Newcastle, so a ripe old age of 18. He's had quite a bit of experience, but nothing like the experience that the Ghana players have had. Their first showing in this under-20 tournament, but they are the under-17 champions, and they've achieved a lot as individuals. Now here's Isaac Asari, very key figure for them. Lamptey knocking it down to Ahinful. Here's Lamptey again. Asari, Cargo, they're knocking it around, they're beginning to go. Addo, Lamptey, Addo's gone forward, Lamptey snatched at it, and it went wide. This is the kid who was smuggled out of Ghana as a 15-year-old. He's had 3 years now in Belgium, and I think you'll find he's limping. He's had a knee injury at the start of this competition, and there was some doubt about him playing here. It's going to be interesting to see whether Lamptey can continue. England have had their injury problems, but Lamptey is a bit of a scare. And Lamptey is still limping as the ball goes down the right-hand side. He's in some trouble. And it'll be a big blow to Ghana if he can't continue. Now, Steve Watson, he does possess that famous somersault throw here. I don't think he's going to try it, although he says there's almost enough room here in this ground for him to bang it in. But Pollock for the far side. Pearce has pushed up there, well away by Kufuor, offside against Chris Bart-Williams. Bart-Williams we think of as a Londoner who's now playing in Yorkshire, but of course he was born in Sierra Leone, not too far away from Ghana. Good play by Kufuor. Ahinful. Well played by Hughes. Banged away by Harriott. That'll do. They're playing three at the back with Hughes, the sweeper. Akonoron is going down the left-hand side. Down the middle there goes Cargo. He's hooked away. Banged in again by Asari. Bart-Williams knocks it down to Watson. It's a chase by Joachim, but he's a lone ranger up there at the moment. The other Asari, Emmanuel. In went Unsworth. Away goes Thompson at Newcastle. Joachim, he can turn here. He's busy in possession, but Banini bangs it away. They're tight on him. They play a marker and a spare man too. Watson down the line, not good enough, and Akonoro has come back to cover. Well played by Ahinful, picked up by Bart-Williams. Bart-Williams against Asari, he's a strong little devil. And Bart-Williams outnumbered. Cargo. Lamptey seems to have recovered from that knee aggravation. Wide on the right-hand side is Dua. Knocked back to Asare. They come forward in swarms when they possibly can, but England have grouped up. Ahinful to Asare. Ahinful again against Steve Watson. Nice ball into Lamptey, but of all people failed to control it. Chase is on by Julian Joachim. 2 against 1, 3 if you count the goalkeeper. Well played. Asari. Oh, there's a strong tackle from Jamie Pollock, which the referee didn't like. The Middlesbrough player has been very, very influential in midfield. He's worked very, very hard. They look fairly harmless. And at this point, we should say that England are top of the Fair Play League in this championship, and Ghana are just behind them. England have had only 3 bookings, and this in a very aggressive, tight competition with the FIFA referees under strict instructions to wave the yellow and red. Asari, well, that's not a good ball, and Joachim almost got it, but Gago picked it up, and already we can see how comfortable in possession all the Ghana players are. But England group up again. In goes Addo. Good challenge by Cargo and Ahinful. Ahinful does well. Asari stumbles. Got a bit of rain during the course of the day here. Pollock puts the challenge in, and it's got to go back to Banini. Really pushing it around, working hard here, both sides, trying to get control of midfield. And the possession is excellent by Ghana. But England keep their discipline. And here goes Gago. No chance. It's Banini, in fact, from the back. A round of applause that they pushed it around so fast, but that shot was from 35 yards, and there was no danger at all for Watson. In the last game, Ghana had 27 shots, and I would think less than half were on target. Here's Banini, but they don't mind swapping around, interchanging. It's a coach who learned his trade in Brazil and Germany. Thompson, bit of a giveaway there, and Bart Williams couldn't possibly get in. They're beginning to get a grip in midfield. This is Gago. Duar on the right. This is Asari, the right fullback. Duar's gone forward. Ahinful in the middle. In goes Gago. Picked up by Lamptey. Addo, in fact, had this final shot. But again, shooting from a distance. They're going to do well to beat the very impressive Dave Watson in the England goal. This is the Ghanaian coach, the man nearest us with the glasses. Fred Osamdudo, 53 years of age, former international, head of all of Ghana's youth development, which is a massive program, state-backed. Kasky getting in there. We haven't seen too much of Darren Kasky so far. Joachim is a handful. But there's a throw in here. And England push up to try and regain possession as Kufor takes it. Another good ball picked up by Ian Pearce. Chelsea, tough tackle. And here the crowd getting behind Ghana here. Unsworth down the line. A very tight tackle, and this will do for England. It's a free kick conceded by Osei Kufor, only 16 years of age. He played in the Barcelona Olympic side for Ghana, and there was 2 hasty tackles that led to them losing in the semi-final. Plays for Turin. Big guys are up now for the assault. Unsworth coming in. Watson coming in from the back. Ian Pearce is in there. The goalkeeper's not particularly big. Pearce gets up. Away by Kufor. Well won by Unsworth. Now England have got to regroup. Busy play. 0-0 at the moment. Ahinful and Ian Pearce was back there. And goes Bart Williams, beaten by the giant figure in midfield of Mohamed Gago. Addo, the 16-year-old. Lamptey. Gago. Kufor finds Asari on the right-hand side, or almost. They're trying to keep the pace up. They're going well. They did this against the Russians, who held them off, but then finally cracked in the second half. There's a swirling wind around this very exciting stadium here, built in January '88, very much a rugby league citadel. No chance for Joachim there against Kufor. Lamptey. Wide on the right goes Duar. Against Unsworth. Duar in here, there's a chance as Lamptey went for it, and the referee points to the spot, and a penalty has been given. The challenge looked late, but that was a harsh one, and a penalty in the 12th minute as the through ball was threaded on, and Pearce is penalised. But Duar did well here to cut it back. Now what's the marking like here as Ahinful is challenged by Pearce, and it's a penalty to be taken by Ahinful. Watson, of course, did superbly in the penalty shootout against Mexico. Not this time, though. Augustine Ahinful, and Ghana are 1-up early on. What a blow for England. They're questioning themselves, they're questioning the referee, but Ghana have got a break. Augustine Aheenful, the young player who plays for Goldfields in Ghana, has certainly hit gold here early on, comfortably beating Dave Watson. 1-0. No chance for Watson here. He guessed wrong. Well, that was a harsh interpretation by the referee, but it was a challenge from behind. They have been told by FIFA to punish tackles from behind, and the referee must have adjudged that he didn't get the ball. Now, can England fight back? Watson with a long throw. Pearce and Bart Williams in there. Jamie Pollock coming in from the back. Pearce gets up, flicks it on. Kasky was blocked there as he went in on that one. Harriott knocks it down the line to Bart Williams. Can he retrieve it? No, he can't. Well, he finds his team one down, and Bart Williams and company and Joachim haven't really been in the game yet. And this will give Ghana all the confidence in the world, not as if they're exactly hiding their light behind a bushel. But here's Lamptey to Akonor. Lamptey again, looking for Dua, coming into the middle. Knocked out by Asare. Another Anderlecht player and another full international. Asare, Akonor, the number 13, and Lamptey, the number 8 of the full internationals. The side which has just been knocked out of the World Cup. Bart Williams knocks it on. The linesman's flag goes up for offside. Nothing's going for England at the moment. They'll need all their resolution and guts. Bart Williams gets a leg in, but it breaks. Challenging, but they're outnumbered. Banini, lovely ball to Lamptey. What control. Asare. Dua goes down the right-hand side, taking defenders with him, and back they come, but there's an injured Ghanaian player there. It's Gago, the number 6. Kasky, who hasn't had much chance in midfield yet. That'll give him a bit of confidence. Here's Pollock. Well, there was a Ghanaian-type shot on target. Didn't really test Ben Owu. And still he's down, and now the ball is out and he can be treated. So this is Mohamed Gago, a 17-year-old who plays for the Torino club. 3 of them are on the books of Torino. They play mostly in the youth side. And here's the coach trying to reorganize a few things via Asare. Gago back in the fray. Here is Dua. Lamptey, beautiful touch. They're really knocking it around here. Lamptey is enjoying himself. Gago. Addo almost loses possession. England drop back. There's only Julian Joachim not behind the ball. And they need a few more. And that's a booking for Jamie Pollock of Middlesbrough. They're losing their rag a little bit here. They can't afford to do that. They're 1-0 down, but it's a yellow card. Only their 4th. But they're wobbling here. Another goal, and I fear they might be gone. Very tense situation now for England as Asare, Aheenful, and here's Akonor down the left-hand side. There's no danger. Ghanaian side is a team really which is the fruit of a state development program started some years ago by the head of state, Jerry John Lawrence, or JJ as they care to call him. And these players have been together in some shape or form since the age of 11. They're the under-17 world champions. Some of them are even eligible for the under-17 championship in Japan later this summer. But England have quite a bit of experience in the side, and they've certainly got plenty of character, so there's time. But they must hang on in the next 20 minutes or so. Straight into the face of Darren Caskey of Spurs. He picks himself up and carries on. It's a free kick. Again, the big guys are in there. Watson, Pollock, Hughes over the far side. He hasn't got a chance there at all. Thompson comes back to cover. He hasn't managed to get into the game on those left-hand flanks yet. He's been so busy through the middle of the midfield. Marriott, the long one, Harriet rather, for Joachim. Joachim's done well. To knock it back to Thompson, and he's not going for them. Ferocious haircut he's had for this game, but so far very little possession. And it's still 1-0 to Ghana, who've created most of the pretty patterns in midfield. Lamptey, knowing Pearce was coming to him. O'Connor knocks it down the line. Pearce and Lamptey. There's no direct man-for-man marking by England. They'll just pass the key players on, but it's difficult because they interchange and move around so rapidly. Asare through the middle is gone. Addo leaving a hole here for O'Connor to get through. There's Addo. Didn't quite control it. Hughes. That's a better ball to Joachim. Bart Williams. Now he needs help. Watson. Easy one for the big fellas at the back. Vanini. Ahinful loses it. Good challenge by Harriet. But it's back again for Ghana. CK O'Connor against Pearce, against Watson. In for Ahinful. Good challenge by Caskey. Well held up by Joachim. Bad layoff to Thompson, and it's Ghana back in again. Dua to Addo. Lovely skills, great balance. Lamptey. Oh, that's a fine ball to Gago. Well wide of the target, but you can see what thirst they have for shooting on sight. And again, Lamptey using the ball quickly and effectively. There is a target of some sort, but not with shots like that. So really, the goalkeeper's been tested once, and that's by that penalty. Picked up by O'Connor. Ahinful. O'Connor again. On the left-hand side, he's got Lamptey. Against Pollock, he had to be careful. Play on. No foul. It's a fruitless, helpless task here for Joachim, who's done well. Hasn't got a lot of support yet. We're waiting for it. Joachim outnumbered in the end. On the right and left, they were just coming up to help him. Here's Addo. Two players free on that right-hand side. Dua and Asare overlapping down the right-hand side. Back in again to Gago. Kufor, rather hopeful one, almost cut out by Pearce, but they've still got possession. They're pushing forward. And the drive by Dua. Handball. What a wretched, with a luck there. Hughes was adjudged to have handled it. And a free kick in a very dangerous area, and they're on the rack and they know it. Nothing's going for them. Now Gago, the number 6, likes to take control of these. He does hit a very, very good ball. But Lamptey and O'Connor are on the ball. Joachim has lined up the wall with the help of Watson, the goalkeeper. But Cargo, and this discussion might just be a decoy ploy. Lamptey, Cargo. Oh, what a shot! Mohamed Cargo. 2-0. What a screamer. And delight from the Ghanaian bench. The coach makes a note. The note says that they're 2 goals up in 24 minutes and the free kick worked perfectly. Just a little touch by Lamptey, a massive drive by Mohamed Gargo, and Watson beaten by the post. The big fella, the wall was there partially, the goalkeeper not really protected. That is a very, very powerful drive by a 17-year-old. And it's 2-0 to Ghana. And it's going to be an uphill task from here on in for England. O'Connor, Lamptey. Kasky has it. Can he get Bart Williams going? 2 against 4. Well, Jamie Pollock had it, but he couldn't use Alan Thompson on the left-hand side too well. Thompson's chasing against Lamptey. So much support, so much quick, easy skill. But 2 decisions which I think the England bench will feel were fairly harsh. A penalty and a free kick. England are 2 down, but there's no doubt about it. Ghana are playing some football. But how many shots directly have they had at the England goal, apart from those restarts? It doesn't really matter because it's 2-0. Bart Williams, a little bit too slow getting rid of it. But there's only one man to find up front. And there could be problems here for Lamptey. This is Banini, who's beavering away at the back. Bart Williams again outnumbered. It's a throw into England. Lamptey keeps looking at his knee, keeps looking towards the coach's bench. The player who's a big name at Anderlecht, but he isn't happy there and would love to play in England. Now Watson going to wheel one in. It's so important for England to get something to encourage them. Pearce is going to compete here. Does well. It's away by Kufor and farther on easily by Dua. Oh, it's a mistake. And Ahin Full has picked it up. Ahin Full. And there's an opening here. Dua should have put it in. Dua on the right-hand side should at least have hit the target. England caught in possession by the nippiness of Ahin Full. Then with support on the right-hand side, he had a bit of time as he got away from Harriet, but he went for it too quickly. And England are chasing shadows in too many areas of the field. Oh, clever play by Asari. Would have been easy to knock that one out. And a chip over the top for O'Connor. Kept in. Beats Watson. They're really on song here. Looking for the return. O'Connor. Watson gets in there using his strength. And does well, the Newcastle player, to see off C.K. O'Connor. Charles Cotnor is a name, but he prefers to be known as C.K. Exhorting the team, Dave Watson, to get a grip, and you know what he means. Asari driven forward to Ahin Full. If they can only get a little time in midfield, England, but There is no time against Ghana. Easily won by Kufuor. Thompson into trouble. Harriet forward for Joachim to chase. It's protected for a goal kick. Of course, there's no Nick Barmby in the side, and to be fair to Joachim, he's looked, if you like, more impressive in this very difficult role than Barmby did in the small time he was in the England side here. And the news of Nick Barmby is that he's been to hospital today for scans on a knee injury. The machine didn't work properly, so he's got to go back tomorrow. But they're a little bit worried about the fitness of Nick Barmby. And they're also worried here, I think, about the outcome of this one, unless they can get a grip of this lively West African side. Watson with a long throw. Pearce, Pollock, and Tony Hughes at the back of the box. But they've got to win the first one. In Pearce, back on. But out it comes from Kufuor. Back in by Harriet. This is Kufuor again. Good strong header, picked up by Darren Caskey. Hughes of Pollock. A drive against Asari, beaten out. And now here they come again. Lamptey dragging a defender to him. Akonor. Cargo a little bit ambitious. And England have it. Oh, it's a bad one from that left side. Thompson. Unnecessary. Now, Akonor. Ado. Akonor and Ahinful. Lamptey just lets it go. He's running the show here. That's a touch of arrogance from an 18-year-old. Kufuor. Dua. What passing, what control. Now make him chase and run, but keep possession, Brazilian style. Caskey almost got it, but it's great stuff from Ghana. Ado. This is a real show at the moment. They're leading by 2-0, and England are struggling to get possession, let alone get into the game. Well, Joachim won't do much with a ball like that. And it's 2-0, and it's painful for England at the moment, this first half out. Hard one for Thompson, the wind blowing it on, the judgment better by the defender, and easier, of course, for the defender. Forward by Akonor, nobody's chasing it in a yellow shirt. They can just bide their time. Easily won by Osei Kufuor, picked up by Gargo. Unsworth gets in there well, but Dewar is away. The quick ball from Asare, nicely cut out by Harriet. Good play by the Oldham defender. And a word about Marvin Harriet, the number 4 for England. He's being released by Oldham. He hasn't got a club at the moment. He's doing well here. A lot of clubs, 4 or 5 of them, are interested. But this is a major test for somebody who doesn't know anything about his future. This is Unsworth of Everton. Bart Williams going down the left-hand side. No control there, nothing. Again, he's going for him. And it's time for Ghana's goalkeeper, 18-year-old Ben Ou, who hasn't been too busy so far. Well, that's a good ball through into Ahinful. Should an England player have got it? But their passing is quick, accurate, confident. Akonor. Asare to Gargo. He's a big fella, but he can control it. Lamptey, that was a giveaway by Lamptey to Alan Thompson. What can he do with it? Alan Thompson. Well, the defender stood his ground. He didn't dive in, and a sympathetic round of applause for Newcastle's Alan Thompson. Fired that one in that didn't test the goalkeeper. After a rare error, touch of over-arrogance from Neil Lamptey. Watson has it. Bart Williams does well to get past Asari, but again there's another cover. The referee's whistle has gone for a free kick. Watson down the line for Chris Bart Williams. That's a hopeless case for him. Not a bad idea. They're trying to encourage each other, but the English morale must be very, very bruised. They certainly will be feeling this 5 games in 11 days, but Ghana, who came in dribs and drabs because of their club commitments, look fresh as daisies. Down the line for Joachim. Picked up again, a little bit of a misunderstanding. Gargo changing it to Akonor. Lamptey overlaps him. Pearce is trying to pick him up. Akonor comes inside. Lamptey has it. Not much space for him. It wasn't a good ball. Kufor wins. Jamie Pollock forward to Bart Williams, but he couldn't control it right, or Watson wasn't quite in the right position. But that's been the story of this right-hand flank. The left-hand flank for England hasn't been that much better. Watson, better ball to Joachim. Chris Bart Williams, again, got to be absolutely precise with only one player up there, but he gets it back again. Jamie Pollock to Kasky. A bit slower the build-up, but at least they've got possession and they're beginning to get into the game. And they've given it away straight to Asari, and that's always dangerous. And Ian Pearce, the strong man from Chelsea, bangs it deep into the crowd. He's suffering a little bit. His hand is strapped up. He's got a black eye. He's conceded a penalty, but he's the sort of spirited guy who'll certainly keep going. Bart Williams to Darren Kasky, the captain, who slowly getting a few passes going. Lamptey picks that one up from Asari, threaded through for Ahin Fall. He's got Duar on the right. Ahin Fall cuts inside. Lovely play. Now he finds Duar. In the middle is Akonor. Supporting now is Emmanuel Asari. Lamptey pushing and pulling the strings. And now they come forward in numbers. Watson, and he does well. And England's discipline is good there. Possession excellent by Ghana, but no breakthrough. Addo pursued by Joachim. Well, that's cleared, and he's the lone striker working hard as a defender there. Daniel Addo, nice little turn, but Watson was onto it fast. Cleared only to Gargo, in for Ahin Fall. And here's Lamptey trying to turn them. Uses Akonor. They're all pushing forward now. Watson challenges, and a good catch. Wasn't a desperately good cross with Duar coming in at the back post. Well, Watson will say that he hasn't really had a save to make, but he's 2 goals conceded. 1 penalty, 1 free kick, but a good catch, good cross, and overall he's had an excellent tournament. Joachim punched out by Kufor as Jamie Pollock came in. So the long throw, the standard set piece with Pollock in there, Hughes at the back, Pearce and Bart Williams challenging. Bart Williams gets it, and Kasky couldn't get in there. He's being held out by a 16-year-old who blocked him quite blatantly. Dewar and O'Connor over this left-hand side. This is Lamptey wriggling away, but Kasky holds his ground well. Good play by the England captain. They're beginning to fight back. Hard one for Joachim. And the goal kick is given. Well, a worried look from David Burnside. He knew to hold this talented Ghanaian side for 20 minutes at least. But after 24, they found themselves 2 goals down. Addo. Well cut up by David Unsworth. They're making some pretty patterns, Ghana, but they don't always get into the strike area. But over a period of time, over 90 minutes, they open most sides up. Lamptey given away as Unsworth got in there fast. Joachim needs to put a little bit of pressure. The idea is to try and win set pieces and then get the runners forward to support. But Ghana don't want to bang it out. They like to keep possession. The wind blowing strongly. Pearce hooks it back into the air. O'Connor. Pearce again. Watson and off O'Connor. And all a little bit untidy. England, of course, have no record in this competition to speak about, except in 1981 when they came to Australia, and they also got into the semi-final. Now here's Joachim with Thompson in the middle, and the cross wasn't good enough. Really, when you only got 2 players up there, you've got to pick out that man, and it was an easy one to clear for Emmanuel Asari here, the number 2. Watson then again, trying to find Pearce and Bart Williams at the front of the penalty area to put a flick on, and they're winning them all in the air. Kufor particularly is outstanding, but they're getting it back again. Watson can whack this one over, curling away, and Hughes was coming in over the far side, and he wasn't far away from it. A little bit better for England, a little bit more encouragement. Playing sweeper here, but for Crew, he's normally a central defender, but he's benefited a great deal from Dario Grade's coaching. But this is an experience for him, and a bit of a torrid experience for the defence. Addo just lets it run to Lamptey. Their understanding is uncanny sometimes, but they're still playing in an area which doesn't matter too much, but now it matters as Asari gets down the right-hand side. Here's Dewar into a danger area. Harriott gets tight to him. Back out to Lamptey, Cargo, Addo. Cargo going again, it's opening up, and here's an opening here from Ahimfo. The flag goes up for offside. Well, you could say the English discipline was good, or the Ghanaians had a little rush of blood there, but that was a lovely opening when it came to Gargo, and the run forward just not too well timed. And offside, but only just. Kasky beaten, but Jamie Pollock gets a boot to it. Joachim will chase. He's got speed, but so's Kufor. It forces an error, and in goes Thompson. Thompson going again, picked up by Kasky. Thompson, handball appeals, nothing given. Thompson continues to protest. With the backing of a few English supporters here, but the Colombian referee says no chance, keep going. And England thought they should have had a break there. And it's only a throw for Unsworth. Bart Williams has come over to the left-hand side. Tightly marked, back in by Unsworth. Pollock here, he's got Watson behind him. Good turn by Steve Watson of Newcastle, just not strong enough with that reverse pass. But it was a good idea. They're looking better, despite the fact that they're trailing by 2-0. Pollock, it's a shot, and a good one, really. But again, very optimistic to expect to beat Ben Aoul. With a bit of possession, they're linking up slightly better. And Harriott, for some reason, he was not under pressure. He needed a call from Tony Hughes. He didn't get it, and he bangs it straight out. And it's a throw-in the closing minutes of this first half. That one up as Watson tries to get it over the halfway line and get England going again. As Asare, such a talented defender and attacker when he feels like it. And what a ball in here to Ahinful. What a pass from the left from Isaac Asare. Lovely control and effort on goal, which almost caught out Watson, but a brilliant effort as Harriott went in to close him down. Quality play there, and a problem for Augustine Ahinful. Play on, and a round of applause for Ghana. England kicked the ball out because of an injury to a Ghanaian player. Ghana give it straight back to England. The two leading sides in the fair play competition. That's if Jamie Pollock's yellow card hasn't changed things. Now, Joachim, in time added on in this first half. Watson, Hughes has pushed up. Not good enough with the cross into the penalty area. Lamptey, lovely control. As the whistle goes for the end of a first half in which Ghana have showed how they can create pretty patterns, how they can build, what terrific skill they've had. And they've had a couple of breaks with set pieces. A penalty early on knocked back England with a goal from Augustine Ahinful. And then in the 24th minute, Mohamed Gago with a powerful free kick put them 2 up. They've looked stylish, they've looked a quality side, but England could say they've restricted them to very few chances. But to be fair, England have created very few chances themselves. So the restart of this second semi-final here in the Sydney Football Stadium with Ghana in the all-yellow strip leading by 2-0. They would think that they've done half the job. It was all smiles as they came out of the tunnel, and if they can get the next one, then the place in the final is certainly theirs. England will feel that although Ghana put them under a lot of pressure, that the game was turned by controversial decisions. Was that a penalty when Pearce brought down Ahinful? And that certainly wasn't, they say, a free kick when it was a handball on the edge of the area. Well, let's see whether this was the moment that might have turned the game as far as both sides are concerned. The tackle by Ian Pearce of Chelsea. And the referee from Colombia said that's a penalty. And as a result. That got Ghana on the move, but round here they can spot a whinging pom from miles away, and England have got to buckle down, got to get on with it, and let's see what they're made of. And Joachim, who's been chasing some strange passes, and when he does get a decent one, he can't keep hold of it. And has started the same way in the second half, but he's a lively player. He can cause trouble. He isn't a Nick Barmby, but he is a valuable player to England in this situation. But problems for Thompson on the touchline. He's getting treatment to that knock, and they're down to 10 men at the moment. Asari. It's a bad one, and Bart Williams gets in there well. Jamie Pollock helps out. This is looking better from England's point of view, although Ahinful is up against Hughes. Ahinful with Lamptey, just checking out, lovely control. Dewar. O'Connell's gone in the middle. This is Dewar, and Lamptey's in there. No, it was Addo chasing the little stab ball. Lively guy. Leverkusen he plays for, mostly the youth team. You can see a real talent growing there. Well, 13 worn by the goalkeeper Watson. Not a number that exists in British League football, but it seemed to be a little bit unlucky for the side here. But let's see how they go. It's a free kick. Very few free kicks in the first half between two competitive sides, but two clean sides. But that certainly worthy of one. But Thompson is on the field. He's recovered, and he likes to have a blast with his left foot. Darren Caskey with his right foot. They badly need a break, England, if they're going to get back into this game. All the Ghanaian players back in a defensive situation. Thompson, Caskey hits the wall. Darren Caskey over the top again. Pearce flicks it on to Bart Williams. Bart Williams does well, and there's a penalty. As he went down, the referee right on the spot, and his legs were hooked away, and Banini is penalised, and England have a chance now. Now they had a series of successful penalty takers in the shootout. Jamie Pollock was the first one and the successful one against the Mexican goalkeeper. Now he's got a chance early in this second half against Ben O to put England back in it. Oh, great shot. Jamie Pollock of Middlesbrough, very cool, very calm, blasted into the net. It's 2-1. They're on the way back, or are they? Well, we might have a different story here now. A decision which the referee gave for the English. It's given them a chance. It's given us an opportunity to see now what Ghana are made of. And they've got plenty of character and a lot of talent. 2-1. Thompson to Joachim. Darren Caskey forward to Pollock, the goal scorer. Pollock is chasing. In goes Jamie Pollock. The push and a shove. The referee's whistle has gone. They'll go for it now, though. One by Harriet, and there's an infringement there, but the referee says play on. O'Connell to Ahinful. Asari. Addo. Now England must hold on, keep cool. The ball from the back found Joachim, but he wasn't able to control it. England 1, Ghana 2, and this is a real semi-final. Watson bounces off his chest. The shot from Lamptey surprised him. Surprised the coach, Dave Burnside, as well, I suggest. Tremendous drive. Watson rebounds and then grabs it. as Addo comes in. Connor tries to get it into the middle. Well closed down by England. Kufor. Kasky tries to get it on quickly on Addo. Addo's got the skill. And the foul by Thompson was quite obvious. Thompson, the Newcastle player, like Watson, finds it difficult to get into what is a very big squad there. But there's no doubt about his talent. Thompson, a player, of course, who recovered from a very, very serious car crash. And it's good to see him competing here, but perhaps not with challenges like that. And there's another decision gone for Ghana. The wind swirling around this fine stadium, making it difficult to judge balls in the air. Free kick here then, going to be taken by Emmanuel Asari. Kufor is pushed up from the back. Big Mohamed Cargo is hovering on the edge of the penalty area. England must stay firm here. Dua. Little touch in to Ahinful. And they always like to have a shot, but really, they're so optimistic. Well, 21,000 here in the Sydney Football Stadium, and making a noise at the moment like about 35. Unsworth didn't get there, but Harriott did. That's a better pass forward. Push from the back on Joachim. Now there's a chance to see what Ghana are made of at the back. In the first half they did very well, particularly in the air. But David Burnside and the man nearest him, Tim Sonax, along with the rest of the England bench, will know they definitely have a chance now. Thompson flicks it up. Pollard gets in. Didn't really get a clean touch. But he's a cheerful sort of a guy. Such contrasts in everything these two sides do and the life they lead. On the way to the stadium, the Ghanaians sing quietly, subdued, led by one of the substitutes who's got a terrific voice. The English have a ghetto blaster with rap really echoing around the bus. We've got a little bit of music in their legs at the moment, though. They're doing well. No fouls, as the referee, as Pollock couldn't control it. Asare. Pollock gets in there. There was a foul, but the referee said play on. Thompson gets away. He's got Bart Williams on the right. Over goes Banini. Joachim's in the middle, but Bart Williams took it to him and showed him too much of the ball. But the challenge on Chris Bart Williams has given England a throw-in out there, and that means Steve Watson of Newcastle can wheel the big one in. Pearce, Bart Williams on the near post, and Kufor got it himself. He's hooked away by Addo. And they're not getting everything right, Ghana. Well played by David Unsworth of Everton. Big one driven in, too strong for Chris Bart Williams. And that was a bit of a waste. The player who scored on his debut in the Premier League, but nobody noticed it much because it was Gary Lineker's farewell. And are they falling out a little bit amongst themselves? Ghana. Some good support here for England. As Banini takes the kick, and it's a good one too. Harriott knocks it on, picked up, or should have been picked up by Thompson before he was fouled. Unsworth takes it quickly to Joachim. Throw in, and they play for that. Joachim is on his own. He couldn't possibly hold it up, but he knows that a long throw could cause more damage. Thompson's in the wars a little bit. So the big one again from the Newcastle player. Bart Williams and Pearce, the nearest ones. There goes Pearce, it's a good one. Hooked away by Kufor, back in by Bart Williams. Pearce again. And away by Gargo. No risk there by Marvin Harriott. He was 1 against 1, and the Ghanaians are so quick to support. Asare, and it's noticeable that the Ghanaians not starting their possession that quickly. They're a little bit more studied in what they do, and not so accurate either. Kufor, Ado, Asare. This is a good ball over the head of Duar. Whacked out by David Unsworth. And all the big guys come back for England. A lot of Ghanaian players on the edge of the area for this one. In for Ado, he's got too much space. Thompson in there. Appeals for a corner, it's given. Daniel Ado doing the damage. Ghana have got Akonor right at the back of the box. He's now interchanging. Flicked on. Away by Unsworth, not particularly well away. Now that's to the danger man, Gargo. And Lamptey drives forward. Out comes the goalkeeper. No danger. There's a real battle on now, and support from the terraces to match it. Swinging ball out to the left for Thompson. It was too big, too optimistic. But they're happy to bang it away. A couple of 16-year-olds in this Ghanaian side, but they've got a lot of experience, so they're hardly going to wobble. Well played by Joachim Thompson. Fouled. Free kick. Kufor. He's one of the 16-year-olds. He's very talented. Olympics and under-17 world champions, but he is a little bit rash with these challenges. Darren Caskey then to pile it in, with Ian Pearce coming in on the near post. Jamie Pollock at the back post. Pearce, and just past the post as Watson went in there. Only an inch away from an equaliser. 4 or 5 big guys in there. They fill the space well, and Watson just not a clean touch, and just past the post, and Banini is hurt. This is Ransford Banini, a 19-year-old, the oldest member of the Ghanaian squad. As you know, the England record in this competition is not too clever. For Ghana, this is their first attempt in the World Under-20 Championship. But in 1981, England came here. The coach then was John Cartwright, and Danny Bagara. They did a magnificent job with a somewhat makeshift side, although it did include Neil Webb, Paul Allen, Stuart Robson, Danny Wallace and Andy Peake, and they lost here 2-1 in the semi-final. England in '93 are trailing 2-1 in this semi-final as Akonor tries to get past, but Jamie Pollock working magnificently. Gets a return from Watson. A lot more space for England now, but still linking up with the front men isn't easy. Better pass to Joachim. Bit of pressure by Watson, picked up by Pollock. And that rebounded rather fortunately to Lamptey. Asari down the left-hand side, which is always very, very dangerous. Akonor goes inside, but England have marked up tight. This is Daniel Addo, and wide here is Dua. Dua might get in here. Dua coming in with a shot, and picked up by Addo. Lamptey. There was real danger there for England, especially when Dua got the wrong side of the fullback, and the Ghanaian bench will feel they should have finished better. But when Unsworth was laid out here, Dua had a chance to not only shoot, but to find a colleague. But England get back fast. They try to close down the space, the target, and they achieve it. But now there's problems for David Unsworth. Injuries to Myers and Barmby, of course. They're not in a position to play. Myers has got a damaged toe, and Barmby, you'll certainly know about having the shin and the knee injuries, and it's been a wretched tournament for the Spurs player. But Unsworth looks as if he's fit to carry on the good fight. Well won by Jamie Pollock. He's really a colossus in midfield. Thompson got the boot in, but it was a hip job by Joachim on the Ghanaian player. And the referee quite rightly saying he's not that badly hurt. Get up or get off. But no doubt about it, there was an infringement here. But Emmanuel Asari, a 19-year-old who plays in Ghana, game in Ghana, of course, brought to the shores by English seamen and students. It's a little bit different now because it's really run by Germans and Brazilian influence. And in the bad old days, you didn't get a certificate in Ghana unless you could speak English. Now it's very different. Ghana, their football, a Brazilian style, but it's a style at the moment which hasn't got as much confidence as it did in the first half. And they're committing errors of their own making. But there's plenty of fight in England yet. The ball is out though. Thompson, behind him is Unsworth. He doesn't get the ball to him, and it's pinched by Dua to Lamptey. Forward goes Akonor. Aheen for his left. Akonor shoots again. More than happy to have a drive from any distance. Strong on the left foot, thin legs, but very good athlete. Bart Williams. Throw into England. Long throw looking for Julian Joachim. Easily cut out by Asari, who's quick to it. Jamie Pollock. Good ball to Bart Williams. Up against Addo. Lively little 16-year-old. Pinches it. Fast he goes. Out it goes. Throw in. There's not quite such a smile in Ghana's play, but there's still talent to spare. Joachim against Kufor. Asari. Always happy to play it out. Pierce tight on his man. Concedes the throw in. Addo and Asari between them get it away just. Aheen full, ducking and diving down that left-hand side. Forward goes Addo. Here's Gargo. Lamptey's gone forward on the right-hand side. That's beautifully cut out by Unsworth. Joachim into the channels down the left-hand side. That's not what they wanted. Not quite accurate enough. Throw in to Ghana. England will push up and mark tight, trying to deny them possession, but they're good at this, getting it away. Kufor. And they've won it. Unsworth. And they win the throw-in, and that'll mean getting Watson over here. Pearce forward. Hughes forward. And perhaps they can test the goalkeeper. They've had one near miss. What about this time? Hughes is at the back of the post with Jamie Pollock. Here's Watson. In goes Pearce, he gets it. Well defended by Ghana. And now they're on the break here. Away goes Ahinful, and he's got pace against Harriott. Ahinful, and he's not as quick though as Pearce, and that was a rash decision because the goalkeeper and Pearce were there to help him. And here come Ghana again. Ahinful. Addo. Gargo almost took him apart below the knees. Here's Dua. Past Thompson. Cross and punched out by Pearce. Here goes Asare, the fullback. Asare delivering it to the other Asare. And that was a lovely drive by Isaac Asare. No relation, but a beautiful combination between two Asares. And remember, they're both fullbacks. And you fancy that Ghana are getting into their stride. Great save by Watson. Watson hacks it forward. Lamptey. Another goal for England, and we'd really have a battle, but another goal for Ghana. I don't think there'll be much of a way back for them. Addo. They're back in it. Forward goes Dua. Unsworth. Nicely done to Darren Caskey. Joachim, tightly marked by Kufor. And again, the challenge was rash by Osei Kufor. He didn't need to do that. Fine player, but at times he does look like a 16-year-old. And the big one will be banged in again towards Tony Hughes, Jamie Pollock, Ian Pearce, and Watson coming to the near post. Up goes Hughes. Oh, it wasn't quite good enough. And it looks like Nicky Butt of Manchester United is about to come into this competition. He hasn't had a taste of the World Youth Championship yet. So off comes David Unsworth, the Evertonian defender, who looks as if he's taken a couple of knocks. And on comes the youngest England player, Nicky Butt, attacking midfield player, really, of Manchester United. That's, although he's got a blow there, this is, I think, more tactical than anything, although Thompson's dropped back. Joachim. Butt is in the middle. It's a throw into England. In fact, 25 minutes in the second half. So plenty of time left yet for this game to turn. It looks like the big one again, as if that's a surprise. Piled up in the penalty area. Bart Williams is the first one. It's a shorter one. Give him chance for a better cross. Watson. It's a big, deep one. Goalkeeper comes. In goes Nicky Butt. And it was Hughes who had the header here. And it might have been in the back of the net had it not been quite so powerful. But the goalkeeper was found wanting. Not absolutely quite sure whether the referee gave an infringement here. But Nicky Butt was in there early, and then Hughes, and over. But there was half a chance there, but only half a one. And it's still in the balance here, with Ghana leading by 2-1. Addo. Well played by Alan Thompson, who's dropped back into a more defensive position. He was chopped down there, but the referee says play on. Joachim and Kufor tangling. Nothing illegal about that, though. And Darren Caskey in midfield, the Spurs player whose father was credited as discovering Barnby, urging his players on now in the captain's role. Kufor wins well. Thompson, not quite sure who had his aim for, but certainly Ghana aren't under any pressure. Coming forward as far as possible. Hughes hooks it away to Caskey, under pressure from Addo and loses it. Into the hole for Dua to chase. The makeshift fullback is in there, and the corner is given. Played plenty of midfield games, Thompson. Not too many at left back. Again, the big guys are up, but they're well spread out for Ghana. They haven't all piled into the goal area. And Kufor with the drive again from a long distance out. Their 14th shot overall they've had, and the number of times Dave Watson has been tested, probably 3 or 4. Well, Williams couldn't get it. Joachim couldn't control it. Goes in with a challenge. It's all a bit scruffy, and Ghana get it away. Pearce was in there, couldn't get it. Asari looking for Gargo. Given away, and tidiness even from the great Isaac Asari. Jose Kufor across the cover. England make progress of a sort down the right-hand side. But he knows, David Burnside, that they still have a chance. Watson will lob it into the area, the wind swirling around, making it hard for everybody. Pearce gets up, beaten by Kufor. And he's been an absolute giant in the penalty area. Jose Kufor, one of the 3 players on the Torino books. But again, he'll have a chance to test his aerial ability. No, it's been checked back. They mark up tight. Oh, and Bar Williams. Oh, he hit the bar. He drove it so hard he didn't need to. They're off the hook. They're claiming offside, the Ghanaians. They're looking daggers towards the linesman. But England hit the bar. They were given a chance there when the defence came out. The linesman's flag didn't go up, and he whacks it against the bar. He had a little bit more time, but that was desperately unlucky. Now, was it offside or not? The fact is, the linesman said no, and the bar denies England. Back come Ghana. No danger for Watson. When asked in the press conference, is he a first-team goalkeeper? He said, well, I was when I came out here, but I don't know about when I get back. And the score here, 2-1. It could have been 2-2. And the battle rages on. Chris Spark-Williams of Sheffield Wednesday with that magnificent volley. Here he is again. Asari challenges. The referee doesn't like that. That's a free kick. stand by for another assault. It was all smiles when they came out of the tunnel at half-time. Ghana, not too many smiles now. Again, it's going to be Thompson to curl it in. Up goes, well, it looked like Pollock who got the first header, then the second header was totally out of control. Not quite there. Well, a bit predictable, they said, about England when they came here. Long throws and free kicks is about all they had to offer. And if we're honest, they haven't had too much else to offer apart from that. But they're still in this game. 2-0 down after 24 minutes. And it looked as if the gods were against them. They got a break in the second half. And they're still fighting. Addo, lovely play. But in goes Nicky Butt, but he gives it away. Forward comes Asare. And Ahinful. And is that a back pass? It is. It was touched back. The goalkeeper came out. And it's an indirect free kick. I think one of the first times we've seen that interpretation in this competition. Touched on, yes it was. And that's, again, somewhat of a harsh decision by the referee. He couldn't do much else, but he's a strict interpretation of the law, and it's an indirect free kick. It's going to be rolled aside and then blasted. O'Connor and Gargo. Well, he scored a good one in the first half, but that wasn't particularly well struck. And they're off the hook there, England. The back pass by Ian Pearce, but the free kick wasn't real quality. So escape there for England. Pearce holding his ground well. Cargo into space for O'Connor. He's been kept very quiet by Watson. O'Connor is a fine player. He's a full international. The number 13 of Ghana. Here they come again. Lamptey. Asare, hopeful ball. Beats Butt in the air. Kasky picks up the loose ball. He's got nobody ahead of him, so he's going to have to check back. But he delays too long, and Lamptey takes it off him. Bypasses Pollock, bypasses Pearce. Forward goes Asare. Asare turns it up, but they're working desperately hard. No back pass this time, and Watson gets it away well. Good defending, great attacking. Addo darting through. He's on his way. Outnumbered. Addo again, they can't get it away, and they tried to chip him. Addo over the top. And this is high quality play by both sides here, with the game on the balance. Lovely play, but good defending to restrict some sort of a target. Watson against O'Connor. Watson wins. Pollock. Bit of space. Not much. Watson's had a fine tournament. That own goal in the first game could have destroyed him. But he's getting stronger and stronger. Good header away, though, by Cargo. Still, they keep possession. They won't boot it. But they give it away. Ooh. Thompson caught out there. Now what about the back pass? Well played by Watson. Kufuor knocks it back in. Offside. Play on, says the referee. Pearce gets in there hard, and he was knocked off it by Ahinful. That was a foul. That's a free kick. Pearce in the wars a little bit. He's got a lot of bruises. He's got a very, very badly bruised and sprained right thumb, so every time he falls over, he hurts himself in a couple of places. Ian Pearce up there in a striking position. Thompson lobs it forward. Pearce a little touch on. Pursued by Jamie Pollock. He deliberately went for the throw-in. And England being roared on. Can they get back in the game? Watson once more. Well, Nicky tried to come for the short one, but I don't think Watson had seen that. Up goes Pearce. Caskey's in there first, then Hughes, then Pollock. Harriott doesn't judge the bounce too well. It's a very hard pitch here. Pollock turns his man. I don't know whether the referee liked that one, but game goes on with a Ghanaian player injured. Asari has possession for them. Got players wide on both flanks, and through the middle goes Dua. Got support back here from Asari. That was ridiculous. But that'll do for England. Whistles from the crowd because there's a Ghanaian player hurt over the far side. The doctor jumps to his feet. The rest of the bench jump to their feet. And really, the ball should be kicked out. But to Thompson, they're not going to kick it out. Forward to Joachim. Forward comes Banini to get in front of him well. And concede the throw-in. Now they can get treatment over there to the injured player. They've got two Ghanaians down now on either side of the field. And they're both, well, not this one, not Banini, but the one over the other side quickly looks up to see whether the referee's looking at him. Then sees that he isn't and goes down again. The Ghanaian officials are up on the touchline protesting. FIFA officials are trying to make them sit down. The Colombian referee insists that the game goes on, and if he wants to be treated over the far side, he gets off the field of play. It's Akonor. And Akonor has got to his feet. He's back in it. Oh, that was ridiculous, because he was a dead man when the ball was over this side. When it went down that side, he was suddenly defending reasonably well. Life, as if by magic, breathed into it. But now another throw from Watson. They're really not creating too many chances from these. Is this going to be a change of fortune? Pearce gets up first. That'll be a corner. Well, they haven't had too many corners in the second half. Indeed, this will be the first. Principle's the same, of course. Well practiced, swirling in with the wind. Goalkeeper comes out. Caskey has it, and the whistle has gone for handball. Darren Caskey penalised. On our clock, we have about 6 minutes left, and we have Ghana leading by 2-1. It looked as if they were going to stroll it in the first half. They're certainly not strolling this. Akonor to Ahinful. Marvin Harriott keeps him out there, and there was that another back pass. It would have been, it touched the foot of Watson, so Watson hacks it away. David, that is. Again, Julian Joachim can't possibly get it. 2-1 on our clock, 5 minutes left. Came out here, they were given no chance by some of the critics, but for the first time they had a strong squad. They hadn't prepared well, but they had good players, and very quickly they moulded a tremendous spirit. Not perhaps the most fluent of styles, nothing like the Ghanaian style, but they've got a bit of guts in here. Pearce didn't get there, nor did Jamie Pollock or Hughes, and away comes Lamptey. Forward goes Dua. Can he keep it in? He can. He's up against Butt and Thompson. Past him. Dua's cross is a great one. Good defending by Watson and Harriott. But a lot of Ghanaian players have come up now, supporting the front men. This is Asari, looking for the return, picked up by Gago, keeping possession well. You can see the final not far away, 4 minutes away. Unless England can produce something to push it into extra time and sudden death. Nicky Butt, haven't seen much of a run from him. Gago's after him. What a challenge that was. That's a 16-year-old heavyweight getting in there on the Nicky Butt. Down goes Lamptey, bumps into Kasky. Forward goes Akonor. Watson can only welly it away, and offside rather wastefully against Julian Joachim. Well, they know that time is running out. I don't know what instructions the Ghanaians have got at this stage. English is the main language, but out there they speak an Asante language, Akan, so the English won't be able to understand them, but they'll understand there might be a little bit of anxiety in their eyes if they can hold them out and mount another assault. But they can't at the moment. They've conceded a corner. A lot of Ghanaian players go up. They're not in any desperate hurry. It's a short one taken by Tuakono and into the side netting and comfortably covered. Well, how will England look back on this first half where they were turned, chased and made to chase shadows in midfield and conceded 2 goals from set pieces? They didn't create too many chances themselves, but they've come back into it because of that penalty at the beginning of the second half. Now it's much more of a contest. But Ghana have the initiative, they have the lead, and they have possession, and they're looking strong and fit. Lamptey. Good challenge by Alan Thompson, the attacking defender. Julian Joachim against Kufuor. Joachim, done well, got support from Kasky. Kasky driving into the penalty area. Joachim can get there. Joachim shoots straight into the arms of goalkeeper England's best move, and there aren't time for many more. No angle really for Joachim. Forward they come again. And that might have been their last hope. Through the middle goes Asari. Asari, the most influential player, I would have thought, of the side. And in there goes Dua. Lovely ball from Asari. Dua, again tightly marked. Now they've got to get a move on. There's a minute on our clock. Time added on. We've had a few stoppages. England have got to give it everything. Nicky Butt. Brought down. Free kick. Banini is going to be booked. Ransford Banini. But it means the clock ticks on. We're coming up to 90 minutes now. And every Ghanaian player, understandably, is back in a defensive situation. England looking for a lifeline to take it into extra time here. Is it Darren Kasky with the right foot? Hits the wall. Kasky knocks it back in again. It's out by Banini, and the whistle has gone. No. There are problems here for the referee because he doesn't want the game to be stopped, and Ghana, quite definitely at this stage, are making the most of the stoppages. It's Asari who goes down. We're into injury time now in more ways than one. Well, the Ghanaians have come here with a very strong contingent. They come here backed by the Minister of Sport, who is one of the top 5 positions in Ghana. They expected their side to do well. They have the pedigree, they have the quality, and when they were 2-0 in the lead at the end of the first half, they looked as if they were well on their way. But they've had to battle here, but time is now very much on their side. As Banini gets this one away. England now can't get possession. Ghana aren't in any hurry. Whacked away by Addo, who's had a fine game, but it hasn't been all sweetness and light in the second half for them. Back goes Akonor, and a good clearance again, but England are at full stretch here, and they need the ball to be at the other end. This will suit Ghana right down to the ground. And Fred Osamduodu knows it. Second minute of injury time. The Ghanaian corner. Nicky Butt doesn't get there. Addo. And his shot is put out. Infringement there. And a free kick to England. They'll have to get a move on. Referee checks his watch again. Into the 3rd minute of injury time. Kaski looked as if he was pushed. Addo does a little bit of ball juggling to waste time. Clever stuff, gets a round of applause. And there is the final whistle. Ghana have done it. England's valiant second half fight back wasn't quite enough. So Ghana are through to the final. The second youngest of the 16 teams here. Maturity and technique we certainly saw in the first half. And Ahimful's 13th minute penalty after a controversial decision. Gargo's 24th minute free kick after, some would think, controversial decision to give a free kick. But then the penalty by England in the second half by Pollock after 49 minutes gave England a platform and a hope. And they battle away. And when that shot by Chris Park-Williams hit the bar, they thought they were still in with a chance, and they missed a golden opportunity. But it wasn't quite enough. England's basic principles didn't quite come up trumps for them. Their biggest achievement was winning the battle to bring their best players here. Getting them properly prepared for international tournament is another thing. But they certainly gave a very, very creditable performance here, a very creditable account of themselves. But now they face a 3rd, 4th playoff against Australia in this very stadium on Saturday, while Ghana go on to play Brazil in the final. The final score here, after a tremendous battle in the Sydney Football Stadium, is England 1, Ghana 2.